Let's talk about something that's absolutely at the heart of what makes a great teacher great: reflective practice. But what happens when we add one crucial ingredient to that? We're going to see how feedback completely transforms simple reflection into this powerful engine for getting better and better.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? How do the best teachers actually improve? Is it just about logging more years in the classroom? Or is there something, I don't know, more active, more deliberate going on? The truth is, great teachers don't just happen. They are constantly tweaking, refining, and rethinking everything they do.
This whole idea isn't new at all. It really goes back over a century to the philosopher John Dewey. And he made this incredible distinction. He said that experience, by itself, isn't the real teacher. The learning, the good stuff, happens when we actually stop and think about what just happened. And Dewey was super specific about what he meant by reflection. This wasn't just, spacing out and thinking about your day. For him, it was an active, persistent, and careful consideration. It's really about digging in, questioning what we believe, looking for the evidence, and thinking through the ripple effects of our actions in the classroom. Okay, but here's the catch. This is a huge point. If we only ever reflect by ourselves, we're basically stuck inside our own heads. We can't see what we don't see, right? We all have these blind spots, and just thinking on our own can sometimes end up reinforcing them instead of challenging them. And that is exactly where feedback comes in. Think of feedback as the external lens, the mirror that helps us see our own practice way more clearly. It's the data, it's that observation, it's that tough question from a colleague that shines a light on those blind spots and makes our reflection genuinely useful. So just think about your own world for a second. As a teacher, where do you turn to get that vital outside perspective? Is it something official or is it more casual? I bet the sources are a lot more varied than you might first think. Seriously, feedback can come from literally everywhere. Yeah, there are the formal reviews from administrators, but think about the gold you can get from a trusted colleague, or the insights from some online group of teachers. Even the curriculum documents themselves are a form of feedback, telling you what success is supposed to look like. Every single one of these is a piece of data for your reflection. And what's really cool is that this process isn't just a solo mission. When it's working right, reflective practice scales up, creating these feedback loops at every single level. It might start with you reflecting on your own. Then you talk it over with a colleague. That can expand your whole department, and it can even become baked into the culture of the entire school. Now, to really get why these feedback loops are so critical today, we kind of have to take a quick trip through history. It all started back with Dewey's philosophical ideas in the 1910s. Then, by the 80s, you have Donald Schoen talking about it as a kind of professional artistry. Fast forward to the 2010s, Robert Marzano comes along and reframes it as a skill you can actually measure. And today, thinkers like Paul Gorski are connecting it directly to social justice. I mean, the shift over the last 100 years is huge. We've gone from this very personal, philosophical idea of self-improvement to something that's way more applied and systematic. Today, the goals are about concrete things, like improving instruction, boosting teacher agency, which is really a teacher's power to shape their own professional life, and, so importantly, creating more equitable classrooms for all students. This chart really lays it all out. Just look at the purpose column for a second. You can see the whole story there. Dewey was aiming for moral and intellectual growth, something that's pretty internal. Now, compare that to Marzano, whose goal is straight-up instructional improvement. Or look at Gorski, who wants to address bias. You simply cannot achieve those goals without external data and feedback. The whole why we do this has changed. Marzano's perspective really was a game changer. He basically argued that reflection shouldn't be this fuzzy, abstract habit. Nope, it should be a structured, data-driven skill. It's about being deliberate and strategic, using those feedback loops from student scores, classroom observations, peer reviews to actively manage your own professional growth.
And today, wow, the conversation has just exploded. This is just a tiny snapshot, but look at the themes that keep popping up in all this work. Critical reflection, social justice, equity, leadership. It shows that reflection, when it's fueled by real feedback, has moved way beyond just teaching techniques. It's now seen as a fundamental tool for transforming our schools. So, if there's one major takeaway, it's this. Reflection has become a primary tool for pushing for equity. It's the process. It's how educators can use feedback from their students, from families, from their communities,
to really examine their own assumptions, uncover biases they didn't even know they had, and actively build classrooms that are more just and culturally relevant. So, to kind of wrap up the modern view, these are the big themes on the table. Reflective practice is now totally tangled up with critical pedagogy, this idea of questioning the way things are. It's seen as the path to teacher agency, a core method for tackling bias, and the foundation for building a leadership identity that's all about equity. And none of this, not a single bit of it, is possible in a vacuum. It all hinges on rich, honest feedback. When you look at it, the story of reflective practice is really a journey from a private thought to a collective action. So this final question, it's for you. Fueled by all the feedback you can get your hands on, what's one unexamined belief about your own teaching that you're going to reflect on today?